Hi, you guys. This is Rachel Kirkland, the Modern Shaman. Thanks for joining me for some question and answer time. So, the question today actually comes from Messenger. I'm kind of like looking in this direction because I'm gonna answer it, read it, and answer it here. And I will say, if you have yet to join us on Facebook Lives, just so you know, usually on Saturday afternoons at noon, I do a Facebook Live feed where people can send in these questions and get their questions answered live. So join in if you're not a part of that community. It's awesome and the energy is fun and vibrant, and there's a lot of other healers and psychics that kind of tune in that are into what we're into. And so it's a great energy on Saturdays on Facebook. And it's just like me on Facebook. You can search Rachel Kirkland, the Modern Shaman, and you'll find me. Okay, so Rachel, since we last messaged, life's had ups and downs. I met a young man whom made me happier than my heart has ever felt. But sadly, we recently broke up, and it has caused me a great deal of pain, and I'm struggling to move on with this pain. I'm not sure if you or anyone can help, but my question is basically, how do I mend a broken heart? I'm really struggling. Okay. So, how do I mend a broken heart? Okay, well, let me tune into that, meaning let me just quiet myself down a little bit and let Spirit step in and see what they have to say on the matter. I think we have all been there. It's part of the collective human experience, I think, is that feeling of a broken heart. It's never broken. It's fully feeling, fully active. But let me tune in and I'll kind of enlighten whatever Spirit has to say on it, whatever they feel like is relevant for you. Okay. First thing Spirit wants me to say to all of you guys that resonate with this question, that are in this energy with her, is that you are loved by the other side. There's so much love on the other side of the veil, on the non-physical side of things. When I connect into your ancestors and guides and angels and loved ones, your angelic community, just those that are on the non-physical side of things that are always helping and aiding and wanting to be of service to you, there is so much love from that space. It's just overwhelmingly giving and giving and giving you love. So you can never be without that. Just open yourself up as much as possible to feel that love. And I keep seeing you laying down right now, like in Savasana, like after doing yoga, you know how you lay down flat on your back, just laying down flat on your back with your palms up in a sense of surrender. And setting that intention in your head to just feel the love of Spirit, to feel the love of Source, to feel the love of God, to feel the love of angels and those that love you from the other side. Just saying, I want to feel it in this moment, and just sitting there and breathing and letting yourself notice how your heart feels like it grows warm and pumps like excited, and there's a sense of fullness. You will palpably feel that energy. I just encourage you to do that first. Spirit's showing that first and foremost, so that you know that you are loved, that you can never be without love. Never. I mean, you are love. Your core energy is love. That's what you are. You cannot be without it. You can hide it, but it's there. It's always there. Anytime you want to see it, you can see it. You just have to want to see it over any other energy, of blame or judgment or sorrow. You have to want to see love. And the moment you say, I choose love over all other energies, you will begin to experience that love, love, love. Every little thing. A flower will feel like love to you. Someone sneezing will feel like love to you. Will be like just a sense of like, wow, that body is working and cleansing itself. And it just life has a sense of love in all of its sense of being and expressing and vibrating. It's one of love. And I know that may sound silly, whatever, may sound however you think it sounds, but it's the truth. And I can sit with someone and I can tell them, and I've been in this place where I've been giving love, and all Spirit wants to do is just like hold this person and love this person and just like let them know how loved and cherished they are. And I've had them sit there and refuse it. They just say like, that's trite, or that's ridiculous, or tell me something else. Love doesn't make everything go away. Love doesn't, and yes, it does. You just have to receive that love. Let all that else go and be in a present moment with the experience of Source's love, because it can come from anywhere. So literally, first off, get in that space, okay? In terms of how to mend it, feel it, connect to the love. You know what that feels like. If you've been there and you said you had the experience of love and then you felt like you lost it, you didn't lose it, okay? That person, nobody can give you love. You are love. You just you have a sense of permission when you're with certain people that make it easier for you to open that flow. But the flow is coming from you. It's coming from inside of you. When you feel love, you feel it, right? It's not like somebody like hands it to you and it's like, here, this is love. It comes from inside of you. The energy, the feeling, the emotion, all of that is something that's experienced from the inside out. So all emotions they're experienced from the inside out. So you can never lose it, and no one can ever really give it to you. We just give ourselves permission to feel it in certain moments and to not feel it in other moments, right? Certain people make it easier to give ourselves permission because there's a sense of flow where they maybe are mimicking joy and that's within us, and so it's easier for us to align with that. Or it feels, whatever it is, that they say something that in our mind we associate with love, and then it gives us more and more permission within ourselves to allow for that flow to come out of us. And we allow ourselves, the feeling is something we feel. That feeling feels so good to give love because it's coming from inside of us. And we're allowing ourselves to love like that. We're allowing ourselves to be honest, to be vulnerable, to be excited, to be joyful, to be alive and wondrous and childlike. And all of those subtle energies that we call love are always given from inside of us out, right? So you can do that at any point that you choose to. You can fall in love with an animal just at that level because you allow yourself to go there, because you say, I love this moment, this animal, this being. It doesn't even have to be a being. It can just be in this moment. Like I said, it could be a flower. It could just be sitting, laying on the floor and just saying, I'm going to allow myself to feel love. I'm going to allow myself just to feel it. What does love feel like to you? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel like a rush? Does it feel like a warmth, like a cuddle, like a blanket? Feel into that and let yourself palpably feel it in that moment. Get used to what that feels like and how to initiate that on your own. Because essentially that's all we're doing with another being. We're allowing ourselves to activate that loving energy when we're in their presence. But you can do that anytime. You don't have to have their presence to activate it. We get used to that and it kind of becomes like a little crutch, right? We're like, ooh, this is my nice little activator, right? Or blankies. This is what little blankies are for children. This is our sense of security or safety. We kind of imbue people or things with the idea that they are our permission slip to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel whatever it may be. But remember, those things come from inside of you. Okay, they may be activating it or maybe a catalyst, but it has to come from inside of you. This is why two different people can meet the same person or have the same catalytic experience, and react totally different to it. One of them can come away feeling like completely in love and bliss and enlightened, and the other one can come away completely like, unfazed and like skeptical and like, what the heck was that? That was a waste of time and energy. Because it comes from inside of you. You are the one that give yourself permission to feel love. You are the one that gives yourself permission to feel bliss, to feel in love. Okay? It comes from you. Nobody else has that power. You will always have that power. And this goes in all ways. I mean, this goes to anger too. Nobody else can make you angry. It's always your anger. It's you coming from it. Theirs is theirs. Yours is yours. Because you are an individual expression of Source. So your expression is your own. It always will be. We're not used to it. We tend to like give that power away in our mind to think it has to do with something else or someone else. But they're just little permission slips. They're just like little like... snuggies or little blankies that we tend to say like, oh, that person makes me feel love. Well, really, you are the one feeling the love. That person just gets to be in your presence for it. They become kind of a slide. We use them as a way to, in a beautiful way. I'm not negating the beauty of relational energy. But I do want you to realize that relating or that bliss or that anything that you were feeling in its heightened sense came from you allowing yourself to go there. So you can allow yourself to go there anytime you desire, with anyone you desire. It's sometimes easier in certain people because there's less friction or there's less, friction in terms of energy, like interference in terms of the frequencies between certain people. So it seems like it allows for more flow of that loving energy that's always inside of you, always wanting to flow out. So when there's less friction in a relational energy, it just naturally flows. It's like that river is always trying to flow. And when you get with someone who doesn't have a lot of things dammed up like that, then it just naturally wants to flow. So that's step one. If I get back to the steps, step one would be that allowing yourself to feel that sense of love on your own independently as much as possible. And they're showing you laying down like on the floor in Savasana, just like arms up or palms out, and just saying, I want to feel love. I want to feel like what it feels like. And whether it's, crying like a baby or cuddling up in little fetal position or just blissful energy of self, let yourself go there as often as you can, independent, and you'll realize you have within yourself that love. It came from you. That fountain came from inside of you, and you can let it flow as often as you desire. And then number two, put yourself in situations, environments that feel less frictional, that feel like there's more flow. Put yourself in environments that you enjoy, that you love, that will bring that out in an energy of ease. So if you know you like art, go to some galleries. Be a little more proactive when you're in a time that feels heavy like this, like the loss of a physical body, the loss of someone's energy around you in physical nature. Put yourself in the environments physically that would also feel like they give you a sense of freedom to love. So it's not necessarily put yourself with another human being, although it could be, but it could be just an environment that you enjoy, being out at a park, on a picnic, or going to the beach, or having meditation time, doing yoga, or whatever it may be, sitting and reading a book that gives you a sense of non-friction. And stay there until you feel peace. You are so, so loved. And from the perspective of spirit, all is well. Perfectly well. Love you guys. Blessings.